this is JVZ1 and welcome to my video of The Division. This time, I'll be showing you guys my Alphabridge gear setup. It took me plenty of time to farm this setup and did a lot of testing also. That is why this video is delayed until now. I'm going to make two videos on Alphabridge with different weapon set. The first part, which is now, is going to be assault rifle and shotgun. And the part 2 will be submachine gun and sniper Alphabridge set. The reason why I'm starting with assault rifle and shotgun is I finally find the right weapon talent on them. And for SMG and sniper, well, I have no luck. Anyways, my gear setup is going to be a little different. Instead of like 4-piece Alphabridge with self-edge glove and specialized backpack, I'm going to replace the specialized backpack into rehabilitated high-end mask, which is 2% regen of your total health while on your status effect. Because in Dark Zone, most players are using bleed and fire on you. So instead of popping first aid and using energy bar to remove them, might as well embrace them, since it gives you a nice regen while fighting, like in this video.
Rogue agent neutralized.
To make this build work is to make sure you have a lot of health. So you might want to roll health on your body armor and your mask. And of course, all your gear mods are stamina and armor. Now let's talk about my weapons. I'm gonna start it off with my shotgun. To me, the best combination is M870. And the secondary, which I don't use only for its talent, is called Showstopper. It's right here, right down here. Because the talent of the Showstopper is the more shell you use, the better accuracy it becomes. So this is gonna be good once they patch the auto aim, which is every time you shoot, of course your accuracy goes down. The first shoot is gonna be a big jump. It's gonna make your cursor smaller, and by the time you reach 5 ammo, since I have extra 5 magazines, that's a total 10 magazines, so when it becomes to half of your magazine, it's gonna be max accuracy, just like this. So first one, well, let's reload it first. First one is big. So the first one you shot, there's going to be a big jump on your accuracy, as you can see right here. So the more you shoot, it goes smaller and smaller until you hit the 5 mark. That is the minimum right there. So all your bullet is gonna land. If you shot them in the head, of course, everything's gonna count it. 5 shots. Takes about like 2 or 3 shots to kill a person, so hey, at least you're not gonna miss any bullets, right? Which is, to me, is really good. The talents on my shotguns are vicious, brutal, competent, and Showstopper always have unforgiving on the top, the first one, and I recalibrate the second one into responsive. And of course, the last one is Showstopper. Again, this is my ideal build, but you can change them into any good talents, whatever you want. But this is my ideal build for the shotgun build, as you can see right here. Now let's move to assault rifle. Remember, you can use any assault rifle you want. It really depends what you like. So ACR is what I'm using right now. And also I love it because the stability is really nice and the damage, it does nice amount of damage. And the secondary I'm using is some 182, any 182 you want. The reason why I'm using this 182 is by looking at this talent down here, the requirement is really low, which is this talent requires a high electronics. As you can see in this one, it only requires 2000, which is you already have it on your default electronics. So I can use competent, adept, and fierce on it, on this, which I don't even use this to shoot, and this only I use for ACR is what I use. Talent I have on this weapons are brutal, vicious, responsive, competent, adept, and fierce. So basically I'm like stacking all critical damage. Again, if you don't have a brutal on this one, it's fine as long as you have a deadly to replace it. So brutal or deadly you can change either way because they're basically like balance. It depends like thing as long as you have a crit chance on them. As you can see, I have this crit chance and then a damp and of course a vicious, which gives me a nice boost of on my weapon. And the weapon talents I'm using on my ACR, you can see in the bottom right here, I'll just go quick through it. Of course, you must have all those damage thing with critical hit chance. Those are important one. On the large scope, I have a high critical hit chance, of course with headshot damage. Headshot damage can go up to 6, but this is like the best one I have right now with critical damage. The muzzle, good headshot with critical damage and critical chance on it. And the large underbarrel, which is small grip, is 20 critical damage is the highest you can get. Now let's move on to my armor. I'm just gonna go quick scrolling them and check them out and tell you what you need on your major attributes. On your major attributes, you might want to have a health and armor, of course, mask, more health, and major attributes. It really depends what you get. Of course, this one's armor. Backpack, again, is armor. This is the only armor backpack I have. That's why look at the roll, it's really low. If you get a better one, it really depends what you get. This is the only one I have. Not bad. I mean, it's bad because I'm losing about like, if you compare to this one or this one, you'll see a big difference. Anyways, let's move on. I'll save the mask for last one, and my holster, of course, is with armor. Okay, now the gloves. The gloves, if you're using more than one set of weapons, just like if you're using a shotgun or assault rifle, make sure you have like at least 2 or more, depends on how many weapons you're using on your Alphabridge. So instead, pretend this one has a shotgun damage, critical damage, and critical hit chance. This is gonna be on my shotgun, so when I switch. And when I switch to assault rifle, this one you need to have assault rifle damage, critical damage, and critical hit chance. So you can see it gives you a nice boost if you don't have the assault rifle in it. So pretend I use this one because this one has more firearms. Of course, more firearms gives you more damage, right? So basically, I'm losing about 20k of damage, or maybe something similar like that. But when I have with assault rifle, I'm gaining that much damage on it. Again, the reason why my firearm is 39 and 41, that's all you need. Make sure you have enough stats for your talents, as requirement right there says in the brutal 3873. And that is why all my gear mods are stamina and armor. They're all stamina and armor. So I have the right amount of firearms to unlock the requirement for it. And now let's go quick troll on my survivability. My health is about 177. You can go more if you have better stamina stats on your gear. And armor is depends what base armor you have on your gear. Because everything on my gear is like all armor. And here's my thing. And about my skill. The skill I'm using are tactical scanner and booster shot. The reason why I'm using a tactical scanner because it gives you, I believe, 8 or 5% weapon damage when you scan. And I'll give you an example right now. Because my base damage right now is 16,554 right there, 16,554. So when I pulse, you can see it will increase that damage. Now it's 17382. So I believe that's about 5% or maybe 8%. It doesn't show on the stats in here when you pulse. I believe it gives you more 5%. That's my guess, 5%. So let's try it with a scrambler, because the scrambler doesn't give you any bonus damage. Same thing again, 16,554. So when I scan, it's gonna be still 16,554. So tactical scanner will give you a weapon damage increase by, I believe, 5%. Let's just go with 5%. And now I have to wait. Alright, so now it doesn't show when you pulse, but even though if you don't hit anything, like NPC or players, you will still get that buff damage on it, no matter what. Even if they use a scrambler on you, you can still get that bonus no matter what, every time you pulse. Because you see, every time you pulse, you get that buff in the bottom. You can see it right there. And for the ultimate, you can really depends what you like. Damage, this is OP right now. And it's good for solo, this one, recovery link, and I guess group survival link. If when they pop this, you pop blue. Anyways, for the talent that I'm using, you're using a shotgun, one is none, it's not bad. You're in a group, you can just remove that one is none and make sure you use a combat medic. Combat medic is really helpful against your allies. Strike back is not bad. Strike back is not bad also. And triage, not really thing since you're not a skill user, or you're not trying to heal an allies because your heal's really low. So it really depends what you like. And then on the move. And I believe that's everything on my gear. Well, part 2 is coming out soon, and I hope you find this video useful for your future and present build. More DZ builds to come, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Stay for a bonus clip in the end. Till then, this is JBZ1. This is me saying goodbye.